Jesus gave us the mission. Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. That command was not just for pastors or missionaries. It was for every Christian. Some Christians will go, some will be called to stay, but all of us are commissioned to work together toward the same goal, to reach every nation by all means. There are 8 billion souls in our world, and 3 billion still have little or no access to the gospel. There are entire cities, towns, and villages that have yet to hear the name of Jesus. And we are the generation with the most resources, the most technology, and the most freedom to go. We must do all we can, by any means necessary, before it's too late. God's plan is still the best. He still calls full-time church planters to go to the regions beyond, and God calls us as the church to support them in reaching all 195 nations. After many years of holding the ropes, and with so little time left before Jesus returns, can we still do more from home? The answer is yes. By God's grace, many have made an eternal impact by not only giving, but by going to the front lines of the mission field. Many examples include our college students helping to establish a new work in Ecuador earlier this year through an evangelistic campaign for one of our home missionaries. We sent others to invest in the youth of Ecuador through Vacation Bible Schools, which brought many children and parents to Christ. Other groups traveled to Brazil to help with the disaster relief of flooded churches, while also spreading the gospel throughout the community. Different teams elsewhere carried the gospel for the first time into jungle villages in Guyana, while other groups reached youth camps and conferences in Peru and Colombia. In Mexico, our teenagers were able to encourage our brothers and sisters while also helping with improvements to their buildings. During the last year, another team of preachers invested in the evangelistic events of Trinidad, while in the same year, our own pastor served with our veteran missionaries in the Philippines during a national pastors' school and church revival. Smaller groups have gone as far as China to minister to youth, into Vietnam to minister to the needy, and even into Cambodia and Myanmar to minister to orphans. But all groups have been able to encourage pastors, teach children, lead people to Christ, and help in the building of churches. Today, through the efforts and generosity of our members, there are now church properties and buildings on the continent of Africa and Malawi that reach thousands at a time. There are structures in Zimbabwe that house training centers for preachers, and there are Ugandan villages throughout the country that now have a church building. As a church, we have helped to secure land in Mexico as new church buildings make room for more converts. We have sent a team of builders to help with a new church building in Papua New Guinea, and even help secure a new footprint of property in Ecuador for another one of our home missionaries. All these properties, buildings, and facilities are all filled with new believers because ordinary Christians at home simply said yes to reaching the nations by all means. But the work is not finished. With God's help, we can reach more places and more people than ever before. But that only happens when everyone accepts the responsibility of the Great Commission and moves forward by faith this next year to go further, to give more, and to pray more fervently than ever. What more could be done if more members obtained their passports, if more Christians financed the work of others? What would happen if our church reached 100% participation in reaching the nations with the gospel? Remember, no step of faith is wasted in reaching the lost. No financial gift is too small towards missions. No trip is too long to take the gospel. Everyone can do more for the gospel, but the gospel only advances to all 195 nations when all 100% of God's people choose to do their part. Paul said, "I am made all things to all men, that I might by all means save some." Through God's help, we can do more, train more, send more, pray more, and reach more. The only question remains, what more will you do to reach every nation with the gospel?